I have finally beaten Hollow Knight as thoroughly as I want to, and now I feel satisfied to move forward to Silksong. Last year I played Hollow Knight for the first time and I fell in love immediately. Very quickly I had the thought that I might want to 112% the game, and I was on track to do that until I wasn't. I made it to 105%, and really all that I have left for 112 is the Pantheons, the last trial in the Colosseum, and either defeating Nightmare King Grim or banishing the troop. But somewhere around 100 or 102%, I started slowing down with my progress because I wasn't playing as much anymore. So right when I was getting to the most difficult parts of the game, I was letting my skills diminish. And honestly, I was getting kind of rolled when I would log back on and attempt to progress the percentage. So I gave up the dream and decided that I would not reach 112%. Now let me know if you have reached 112% and if I should go back at some point and try to get there. But giving up on 112% doesn't mean that I love the game any less. Honestly, I haven't put a ton of hours into it in comparison to some other games, but it probably is still on my short list of my favorite games ever. So at some point I may just start a new save and get myself to 112% anyway. But because I love Hollow Knight so much, I knew that I would play Silksong at some point. I just needed a little bit of a break after ending my Hollow Knight journey, and I have decided that the time has come for me to jump into Silksong. But before being satisfied with jumping into Silksong, I realized that there was one more thing that I needed to do in Hollow Knight. With all the focus that I had on getting to 112%, I never actually beat Radiance. My understanding is that beating Radiance is kind of the true ending for Hollow Knight. But because of my understanding of Radiance, I felt it would only be proper to get the Radiance ending before starting Silksong. So a few days ago, I loaded up Hollow Knight for the first time in months, and I could feel the rust. Beating Radiance took an embarrassingly long time, and it even included some deaths mixed in against the Hollow Knight, who is, in my opinion, a relatively easy boss. I could have done this very quickly and easily many months ago, but I'm here now and paying for my mistakes. But my only goal was to beat Radiance and not necessarily be honorable about it. So I equipped Grimchild and Weaversong and let my minions go to work. I defeated Radiance pretty quickly after doing that and wondered why Radiance was ever so difficult for me. Now, all of this time and energy to beat Radiance was purely symbolic for me, to make me feel satisfied that I could move forward with Silksong and feel like I wasn't necessarily missing anything that I really wanted to see in Hollow Knight. There are certainly other things that I'm missing in Hollow Knight, I know there is. So for me, this felt entirely necessary before loading up Silksong. And as a bonus, it made me even more excited to get into Silksong. I was reminded of everything that I love about Hollow Knight, and I can't wait for another Hollow Knight adventure. I understand the hype, and I understand the love for this game because I am right on board with all of it. As I head into Silksong, let me know if you have any non-spoilery tips, and comment below about some of your favorite things about Hollow Knight and Silksong. I'd love to see what you have to say. I do play some other games on stream as well, so it won't be all Silksong, but it will probably be a lot of Silksong in the coming weeks. I plan on posting videos here on YouTube of my progress as well, so if you'd rather wait for that, it will be coming. And as a side note, if you want to get a sense of what my original Hollow Knight playthrough looked like, go back and check out my shorts, my series of shorts from last year that detail a large portion of my journey. Those were a ton of fun to make as I was going through Hollow Knight, and I plan on doing something similar for Silksong, although more in video format rather than shorts format. So suffice to say, I am very excited to move into Silksong. I can't wait to get started, and I can't wait to share the journey with everybody. But as always, if you've made it this far, you are amazing. Like and subscribe, especially if you want to see my Silksong journey, and I will see you in the next one.